It's August, and that means we got to check in with the Columbian Park Zoo. We have Ryan. Hey, Ryan.
Hello, hello. Thanks for
Well,
having me.
hey, you're welcome. So it's August, and school is in session, and so let's get this. Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way now, because when school starts, that means the extended hours end. So the extended hours end for the Columbian Park Zoo when?
They end on August 9th.
August
It's the
9th.
last day. Yep. So we'll be open until 7 like we do throughout the summer. But once August 10th hits, we go back to a 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. schedule. So if you're an evening person, now's your chance to get to the zoo and see those animals before we adjust.
All right. Now, when does the zoo officially close for the season?
Yeah, so the good news is we still are going to be open through October 3rd. So you still have about a month and a half to come see the animals. As it gets cooler, the animals' behaviors might change a bit. I tend to see them more active, so it's a good time to come see what they're all doing.
Awesome. All right. And let me ask you, now that we were kind of talking about this before we got started, the days are starting to, you kind of notice the days are getting shorter, as we start progressing more toward fall. Do the animals kind of sense that too? Do you notice? Do they notice when it starts like, hey, it's not as sunny earlier as it used to be, or it's starting to get darker soon? Do you notice like the animals kind of react to that too, or are they just kind of like, whatever?
There's going to be small adjustments with the animals, right? But for the most part, they're on the same schedule as the zookeepers. They know when the food's coming. They know when we're coming in and moving around and cleaning and stuff. So they're pretty much on our schedule.
All right, cool. So what else do we have coming up? Do we have any more classes or things that people can sign up for before we get into like, Labor Day weekend?
Yeah, we have a number of fall classes in September, October, November for different age groups. I believe we have offerings from anywhere from 3 years old up to 12 years old. If you're an adult, we do have wild encounter programs, which is kind of like an animal meet and greet that we offer throughout the year, but we just have a lot more flexibility in the next few months. If you're looking to meet a possum or a porcupine or we have an animal called a Patagonian mara that's kind of like a mini capybara. They're very cool looking, so we can schedule meet and greets like that. We also do birthday parties for ages 5 to 12. So if you do have a child in your life who has a birthday coming up and are looking to do a weekend event, call the zoo, see if we have any openings.
Awesome. And you can get all that information too at ColumbianParkZoo.org. So Ryan, I know somewhere in the zoo void there you have an animal we're going to learn about today. So who are we going
Yes.
to learn about today?
So I brought a scaly friend today. I have a snake. Let me get him out. His name is Rio. Hey, buddy, how are we doing? Oh, he's on the ground right now. I'm going to lift him up. And Rio is a Brazilian rainbow boa. Try and say that 3 times fast. And hopefully you can see with the patterns, there is a head. Here it is. Let's get a good look at you. You can see these scales, and you can hopefully get an idea of why they're called rainbow boas. They have so many colors on the scales: oranges, reds. They have almost these peacock-like black spots along the side, stripes and loops on the back. Their belly is more on the white side with some black spots. So a lot of different colors on here. And right now I'm in a classroom with the fluorescent lighting that is really not doing him justice. These scales are iridescent, so if you were to see him out on grounds on a sunny day, that sunlight is going to reflect off the scales in the way that it would off of like oil on the side of the road and give you almost a rainbow sheen to it. So they really can look quite colorful. Oh my goodness, buddy. Tying me up right now. This is a tree-growing species, so they are very well adapted to living in the rainforest up in the trees, but that also means they know how to hold on. And so he was almost putting me in handcuffs a second there, just on how he was wrapping around and holding on tight while he explores.
Now it's got a really beautiful pattern. Almost on the side, it almost looks like there's like eyes all along the side of him.
It
That's
does,
really,
right? Oh, and we're getting a good look at the face too. He's
there
looking
we
right at
go.
the camera. Stick at that tongue out smelling. But yeah, those spots, it might just be a pretty pattern. It definitely, I think, is going to help break up his pattern when he's moving through the forest. Without that kind of rainbow color, it almost gives me a vibe of like fallen leaves on the forest floor. look, but the eyes also might be kind of like eye spots to make an animal that maybe would be a predator not feel as comfortable looking at him, right? It'd be like, oh, I don't know if that's an eye, if that's something bigger looking at me. That'll give it some space and not check it out because big birds of prey, jaguars, crocs, they would probably go after a snake like this size.
I know I can't really see the colors, but I can see the sheen,
Hmm.
even with the fluorescent light. So I can see how you could see, yeah, especially like you can definitely tell it looks like oily, as you said, that sheen that I would get. But yes, I could definitely probably see in the sunlight, you could definitely tell more of the rainbow color it would get out in the sun instead of a fluorescent light.
Yeah, exactly. He will shine a lot more, but even without, a lot of colors still all throughout. Yeah, a
Now,
beautiful snake. I'm
is he
always
full grown?
he's probably about 4 or 5 feet. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't measured him the whole way through. He could probably go another couple feet.
Feet?
Probably another foot. He's
Wow.
not fully grown. At this age though, that rate of growth is gonna start being a lot slower, and he's more likely gonna get a little more thicker and girthier. So that's what happens with most snakes. Once they hit about adulthood, where they're about the length that they're gonna get, they still might slowly get a couple, half inches longer every year, but they're gonna start getting a little bit wider. Like they're adding on a
Wow.
little bit more muscle and fat.
About how long is he now, do you think?
Oh, I feel like should like I'd say he's almost 4.5 feet.
Wow.
I was to stretch him out all the way, so he is a decent sized snake.
So
At least for one that I'm holding.
he could potentially get up to like maybe 6 feet, maybe even
Uh,
longer.
I'd say yeah, definitely.
Wow. That
Big,
is impressive.
big, beautiful snake. We do have snakes in Indiana. Some might be about this size. We don't get any that get much bigger than him here. But I think that snakes are such cool creatures and misunderstood. They're so important for the ecosystem, helping make sure all those smaller pest species that could be disruptive to ecosystems, small birds, mice, frogs, things like that, make sure that their populations are staying in check. So I'm always a big fan of snakes. And just seeing them move is so, I mean, it's cool. It's mesmerizing.
It is. How long do they usually live? What's usually their life expectancy?
About 20 to 30.
Wow.
20
Okay.
to
That's
30.
pretty
And
long.
he's 10, so he's doing well for his age. He's still
Wow.
young.
That's awesome. I know it is very mesmerizing to watch them just move and how they can just move without, I mean, just being able to go straight up without any extra, you know, help to kind of lean on. Just it just moves. I mean, he's actually got you wrapped around his arm, but the
Yeah.
other part of him can just move.
Yeah, so they have some of it's just muscle contraction, holding, squeezing, wrapping around. I like to say, because this is a constrictor species, he's holding onto me like he would a tree branch, not like a prey. It would look a little different if he was actually like trying to eat something. Very tight hug. But then their belly scales, those white ones that you can sometimes see when I angle it right, those they're called scoots, and those are specialized scales that let them scoot, help them move so they can push off the surface with those scales, and that gives them that kind of gliding motion that you'll see.
Wow, that is cool.
Personally, I like using my legs to get around, but snakes make it look easy to go without.
Just slithering across the floor or a tree.
Exactly. Or a tree, yeah, he's much more comfortable on the trees.
Well, again, all the information you can get on Columbian Park Zoo is at columbianparkzoo.org. Don't forget, August 10th, they go to, did you say 10 to 4?
10 to 4:30.
10 to 4:30 starting August 10th. So you still have time and you still have the rest of August and September to make your way to the zoo as well. But all those hours and such posted on columbianparkzoo.org. And make sure you follow them too on social media. You can find out a lot of information there too as well. Ryan, thanks again. We'll talk to you again in September.
Thank you, Joe. We'll see you next month.